In a small, quiet town called Ravenswood, people told stories of a strange mist that appeared without warning. They called it the Whispering Fog. The mist wasn't normal, it carried voices. People who heard them often disappeared or lost their minds. Amelia was a young journalist who had just moved to Ravenswood. She wasn't afraid of legends. In fact, she found them exciting. One day, she discovered an old journal in her attic. It belonged to the man who lived there before her, a man named Elias. The last entry in his journal gave her chills. "The fog calls to me tonight. I can see shapes in it, faces, hands, mouths. I can't resist anymore. I must go." Elias had disappeared years ago, and no one knew what happened to him. Amelia decided to investigate the legend. She spoke to the townspeople, but most avoided the topic. Only one old woman spoke to her. "Do not follow the fog, child," she warned. "It chooses who it wants." Amelia didn't listen. She was determined to uncover the truth. One dark night, she grabbed her flashlight and camera and went to the marsh where the fog was said to appear. The night was quiet, too quiet. Then she felt it, a cold, wet touch on her skin. The fog rolled in, thick and heavy. Her flashlight barely lit the way. And then she heard them, the whispers. At first they were faint, like the wind, but soon they grew louder, overlapping each other. Some voices warned her to leave. Others begged her to stay. One voice simply laughed. Amelia's camera caught strange shapes in the fog, faces with wide, empty eyes and hands reaching out. She was terrified but kept walking. Suddenly, she tripped and fell. When she looked up, she saw someone standing in the fog. It was Elias. His face was pale and his eyes were hollow. "You shouldn't have come," he said. His voice wasn't his own. Before she could run, the fog closed in around her, cold and thick like a living thing. She screamed, but no one was there to hear her. The next morning, the townspeople found Amelia's camera near the marsh. The last picture showed her face, wide-eyed and scared, surrounded by the glowing fog. Amelia was never seen again, but on foggy nights, the people of Ravenswood say you can hear her voice among the whispers, calling out for help.